Let's talk about the...
That's a good one. Good catch.
Let's talk about the economy for a moment. I found that there was someone who was in the IMF, no less, who was completely on board with your cycle theory. Hold on, let me get the article because I was kind of blown away. This is the chief economist at the IMF. His name is Oliver Blanchard. And he was, I guess he was doing an interview with a Hungarian website. And he said, well, looks like we're going to be in crisis for at least a decade. Don't look for anything to come back until 2018, which was so close to your 2017 number. I'm like, is this guy on board with you? Have you seen these comments?
No, I have not.
Oh.
But it sounds like he's got a clue.
But here's what's interesting. So that's the IMF chief economist who's saying crisis for at least a decade. But then we have the big Buana, the boss of the IMF, the boss of him, Christine Lagarde, on CBS, saying the following.
There are about 12.5 million Americans who lost their jobs in the Great Recession.
By the way, did you catch that little meme there? This new meme, the Great Recession?
Actually, that's been around for a little while.
I haven't heard it that way. Just, the Great Recession, as in, it's like the Great Depression.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Only not as bad.
Have seen our economy in recession or stumbling along since late 2007. And a lot of Americans just want to know, when does this end?
Now, what do you think? Is she going to be on board with the chief economist and say, well, looks like 2018? What do you think?
Well, because you brought the clip up, now I'm trying to dissect what you're trying to do here. So I'm going to say that she's either going to stretch it way out there, or she's going to say we're going to have a comeback in the next 2 years.
Well, I would say that there is good news, lurking out there.
It's lurking out there. Hey, do you see that thing under your bed? That's good news.
And in particular, the fact that the housing market has bottomed up and is...
What does that mean?
What did she say? Bottomed up?
Yeah, she says that what's like the housing market is sticking its ass in the air. I mean, what is that bottomed up? I think she meant
bottomed up.
I think she meant bottom.
Sounds like the thing they're doing with the alcohol.
Yeah, you got one for that. In the morning. Do you think she means bottomed out, but she says bottomed up just because she doesn't know any better? It must be.
The housing market.
She knows better. That was a flub.
Has bottomed up and is picking up, is, in our view, a clear sign that the situation is improving. I know it doesn't seem very convincing, because for the people who've lost their job, who are still unemployed, and who are not even getting benefits because they don't bother to go and register because they have no hope.
I know the people who have given up, have no hope, have the gun to their head, do not want to believe me. That's literally what she's saying. I know people who have lost their job, have given up, have no hope, are on Skid Row, and don't even have a television to hear me talking.
Lost their job, who are still unemployed, and who are not even getting benefits because they don't bother to go and register because they have no hope. It doesn't mean much.
No, it doesn't.
But when you appreciate that the US crisis started off with a housing crisis, coupled with a financial crisis, when you see that the financial institutions have been clearly strengthened, restructured, and made a little bit safer, and that the housing market is picking up, that's not bad.
Hey, you there with the gun to your head with no hope. You don't even look for work anymore because you're hopeless. It's not bad. It's not a problem.
Well, a couple of things. First of all, the housing situation wasn't the housing crisis that caused the problem. It was the bundling of mortgages. That were part of it. And if anything, it triggered the crisis, but it wasn't really part of the crisis. And anyone who studies these long cycles will tell you that the housing cycles are uniquely, in and of themselves, separate cycles. So the housing thing can go up or down or anything in between. It's not going to affect the real overall situation with the economy as a whole. It just never does.